It's
Well,
like,
I mean, what is it going to take then? Because if you're not willing to talk, if you're willing to just ignore the simple fact of what we're trying to discuss with you, then if I'm willing to extend my hand out to shake yours and you refuse to because of who I am and what I believe in, well, you don't know the full story. Get to know me. Get to know me as an individual. Why did you vote for Trump? What was it about Trump? Okay,
well,
now tell me some things you don't like
the
about
problem.
him. I'll tell you.
If we don't solve this problem with words, all that's going to happen is we're going to add an S to that word. Now we're going to be fighting with swords. That's basically all that's going to be happening.
And this is something I thought about earlier. You keep poking a bear, and eventually at some point that bear's going to fight back.
Mm-hmm.
And I really hate to say this, and I've kind of bounced around with this idea. You kind of hear every once in a while the term, civil war, and there's going to be some repercussions for what's going on. And
right.
For people who ever see this video, if you are not a Trump supporter, be careful when you poke this bear, because at some point this Republican Party will fight back.
Yeah,
we have
like,
kept our composure. We have been tried to be very understanding of people who are not Trump supporters. We've tried to hear your dialogue. We try to reach out to you and talk to you, but you refuse.
Look throughout history and what happens when you sit there and keep antagonizing Western Europeans.
Right.
We're usually really, really, really nice until we're really, really not.
And I'm going to tell you,
and then you see situations like World War II, World War I. The Civil War, like we will throw down if necessary.
This would not bode well for the left if they want to keep going down this avenue with these hoax and these false allegations of this whole Me Too movement with Kavanaugh, with racial profiling and in these hoax. And I'm telling you, Daniel, and I'm telling the audience that if this bear is continuously kept poked at, you're gonna ask for for a bigger repercussion than you can ever imagine. And the problem I have with this is that, the left is going to look at us like, oh my God, they're so crazy now. Well,
no, it'll be their opportunity to go, oh, see, they're violent. We knew it.
But that's one of the reasons why
violent.
We have been so good about just keeping our composure. Mm-hmm. Just like Nick Sandmann did when he's standing at, the Lincoln Memorial, and he's keeping his composure.
And even that wasn't enough. Even that was enough.
Like,
what do you want us to do?
The media is going to get what it wants. The anti-Trump supporters are going to get what they want. But by that time, it's going to be too late to even try to have a civil and
right.
cordial discussion with us, because we're tired of it. The population of the Trump supporters, as I've mentioned before, we just want to go to work. We want to take care of our family. We don't want problems.
Yep.
But you're creating problems that aren't necessarily there. And when you keep doing that and you keep throwing this shit in our face, there's going to be blowback, and it's not going to be the blowback that you want. I'm telling you, dude, it's going to be bad. I mean, it is.
I hope
it doesn't get to that point. I hope it doesn't escalate to that point. But with this situation, with this current hoax,
mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, man, it's just you kind of feel that pivotal, that tipping point. Is this going to die down, or is this going to really just kind of heighten everybody else to want to fire back? People should be very careful.
Yeah. So to finish up our show tonight, I wanted to talk about